Hey, what's going on? So today's video, I just wanted to talk about C3PO. This is kind of to do with all-around uses with 3PO in the game, but I feel like 3PO has stood the test of time in like a lot of different situations. He is such an important character, but I also wanted to kind of and let you guys know in on if you don't have a Kiadi Mundi, 3PO is a great fit there for this Master Kenobi team. People are always like, oh, you have to have a Cam to make this team that much better. I think to some extent you do need to have Cam because of his, coming over here to the his character, his kit with his unique on the Jedi Council. Like this is a great one to have. I mean, you get more speed, you get some more offense and some more health. Like it's a great one to have. But if you are somebody out there in some of those guilds that are just not quite there to getting a Kiadi Mundi even unlocked or even 7-star or whatever it is, 3PO is your man. So I guess in today's video, I wanted to kind of talk just about 3PO and all of his different uses. So for example, in that Kenobi team with like Kenobi having 3PO in there, Gas, GK, Ahsoka, like those five, it's a very strong team, and it's a very tough team on defense because of the extra assists with what Kenobi can provide. And on basics, that's what the assists really are. You're calling in them for a basic assist, right? He does a lot of stuff on basics, right? His kit is very strong, especially with his basics. You have some more confuses. You can possibly go and do some more exposes. And the exposes really just translate into more damage output. But the biggest thing here is confuse. So you can't gain buffs with 1 confuse. 2 confuse is you can't counter or assist and gain bonus TM. And then for third, it says when this character uses an ability, basic ability, increase their cooldowns by 1. So it's just a lot of great things. I think you don't really need to have that third one, right? But that second one is, it's very strong. And I want to just let you guys know, though, that when I'm countering these teams, I can't really climb right now because I'm so far like down below. But when I have fought these teams and I fight the ones with 3PO, I really have a hard time winning. I usually use Master Luke with the Jedi there, and I try to beat it. But as soon as they get the assists from like Ahsoka or even 3PO, they get a dispel, and then they can apply confuse, which guess what? With 1 confuse, it means I can't gain buff, so I can't gain a taunt back, and it lets my Jedi become vulnerable from the the extra hits and all that sort of stuff. So 3PO is great in that team. I think if you guys are worried about having a Kiadi Mundi right now and you're like, crap, I gotta get him, my whole team is gonna be just not that great. Well, guess what? He's still gonna be great even without Cam. You're going to still be getting lots of use out of him, but you might want to consider using 3PO for that reason. Also, we're having this this next month being the new unlock for the Commander Ahsoka. So it's also if you're in those divisions, you have that GP, you have that roster, you're going to be able to get Ahsoka. Then I wouldn't really worry about it too much because she also might be able to help out a lot in different aspects. But for somebody who has everything, I think it's be a bit more easy access to have a Cam with Master Kenobi, and then Ahsoka for something else, and then 3PO for something else as well, to split it up and have more diversity in GAC. But for this video, 3PO. I'm kind of derailing here, but I really want to keep it on 3PO because he is just so good. Look at this. Look at his tags. He's got the droid, he's got the Galactic Republic, he's got the Rebel, and he's got the Resistance. So he is very safe to say he is one of the best characters in the game that is non-GL, and it's because he has so many different tags and so many different uses in teams. We're talking about for like the Resistance. I'm actually curious. Can you just tap on that and oh wow. It does. I thought it didn't, but it does. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. So you have the first off being Resistance. So it really depends on where you are in the game, but I feel like if you have a 3PO and you're thinking about where you want to use him, you're probably going to want to just straight up use him with the Rebels. But if you don't have the Rebels built up, Resistance are your go-to. He's so great with the Resistance. You got to keep in mind that with his intermediary unique, you can get some more of these extra bonuses, and with really everything, all these different uniques. I think this one's for the GR, so you get some more, what is this called? Protection up. And then for this one, this is, I think, for the Rebels, so you get more exposes, but for the Resistance, you get some more critical damage. So we're talking in this one, just some more damage output. I feel like between this one and the Rebels, you're going to get the most damage output in the game because they both play a part with extra hits. Because of exposes, they deal more damage. Critical damage will be doing more damage in general, right? But for these guys, you got JTR, you got 3PO. You can always slot in the Bros. The Bros, that's a great team in and of itself. But I think with 3PO and where most people use him nowadays is with the Rebels. And this is probably the most the most straightforward thinking answer is because of this cyborg relations. You know, you can inflict exposes on basic abilities. There are so many opportunities to have basic abilities here with CLS in his lead, because whenever they can counterattack, they're going to be doing basics, and since they are rebels, they can inflict confuses. So, or not confuses, but exposes, and that just deals so much more damage. They have a lot more TM gain. It's one of the strongest teams in the game that is non-GLs, and I think 3PO allows that team to be so good. But the more and more I talk about this, the more and more I think, is it possible that we can get another character that's like a 3PO, but for all these different factions? And, you know, recently we got into the game. Where is he at? It's Tech, and I want to think he's right here. He is Galactic Republic, but he's only a few of them. He's not like a lot of them. He really just is like a very niche spot with just the clones and the Bad Batch themselves, right? And he has those different things like a 3PO with the translation, but we don't really have anybody that's going to, I think, for a little while be that 3PO. And I'm kind of making this video as well because I was talking with some people, you know, as we have this Kenobi, which is basically, if you look at his leadership, it's very much alike a Padme with the extra protection up. There's no TM gain, all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of like Padme, but to a heightened extent. And I know that this is GL, and I know we're talking about a non-GL 3PO, but I think it would be just so interesting. It doesn't have to be a 3PO, but just really anybody that could be a heightened version of a 3PO and being able to be used with really anybody, like maybe a GL or so. Because the ones that we have in the game right now for the Galactic Legends, they aren't really the craziest good when it comes to like being able to be used for really anything. I think the only one I can think of that is that person would be a Rey. Rey is like the only one that can hit on a lot of different fields of play. Kylo, he's kind of centered with just the First Order. Wherever he is for the First Order. This guy for like the Jedi, not much really you can do there. And then this guy with the Sith, and then this guy with the Galactic Republic. So I feel like with this Rey, you don't have to really use her with just the Resistance. You can use her with really anybody. So when I'm thinking about a 3PO and somebody that could be like a better version of a 3PO, I think we might get like some cool support, because right now we just have a bunch of attackers plus one tank. We have yet to have a support GL. And I think it would just be some of the coolest thing if we were to get somebody that was a GL that was a support and could be like a 3PO on steroids to a certain extent. Because I think 3PO, he's been in the game for such a long time. He's being used everywhere these days. There is not a single GAC or TW run where you do not use your 3PO. He is always being used. He is always going to be having some need in some sort of a way. So I think it would just be such a cool thing if he were to have not like another version of a 3PO, but just like maybe a different character that can provide and hit on so many different factions and help out in so many different ways. Because people can do that directly, like with the faction tags and a 3PO, but they can also do that indirectly like that Rey can. But I just think it's so important to have some characters in the game like a 3PO, because you have so much variety. You know, as you get new characters and you get these new teams, you're going to have those new teams and those new characters, but you're always going to have those other ones that will be just really strong characters. You might want to think of them as like a plug and play, or just ones that will always be useful in some way. You just don't know quite where you want to use them while you have these new characters unlocked, but they're always going to be important ones. And that's why I think 3PO is so good in the game, because, I mean, I don't think I know he is. I feel like a lot of you guys already know this, and this video might be kind of just a pointless video to make, but I really feel like 3PO is just so good. Look at this. 3PO extra assists, more exposes. Like, he's just so good, guys. He's just so good. I guess the point of this video is kind of to let you guys know and how, like, important some of these guys are. I'm not saying just about 3PO. There's a lot of other ones out there that I feel like you are always going to be needing a use for, and you're going to just have to have them in your roster. So, you know, get to it. You got to build them up. You got to work on them. I'm gonna lose this one, by the way, because this Luke got his stun off somehow. That's amazing. But anyways, guys, I don't want to like rant too much about. I don't even know if I'm ranting. I'm just talking a lot off my head about 3PO. But I really do like this guy. I think he is one of the most important characters in the game outside of a GL. You know, because if you're thinking about it, he can be used in really any team out there, not just with those rebels, those Galactic Republic, droids, or Resistance. Like, he can be used in so many different ways. It is crazy to think of the amount of uses you can get with a 3PO in this game. He's used everywhere, guys. He's just everywhere. And I feel like we don't get enough of those characters. So it would just be kind of cool to me as I go back to that point with like a GL, like a better version of a GL with a support guy, like a 3PO we have currently. I just think it would be super, super cool if we were to get something like that that could hit on so many different aspects. They could maybe have a faction for a specific thing in the game, like one we don't have yet right now, like a separatist one. But just I feel like something that can just hit on everything that is a GL, because there's just so much things right now happening in the game. You know, people thinking, probably already knowing that we're gonna get a new Anakin, the Lord Vader fallen Anakin, and you know, thinking about that, more attackers, whatever he's going to be, I think he'll be an attacker for the most part. Why not give us some like support ones, people that maybe they do some damage, maybe they don't, but somebody in some character that can just like help you so much as being a GL. I think that'd be so cool. And I guess 3PO is kind of like the whole leeway into that whole discussion as to why I'm making this video right now. I'm gonna put this on auto because I'm not sure if I win this or not, but we'll see. I lost my Han Solo. I really don't like these teams. This Hermit Yoda one is always annoying. But yeah, guys, that's about it. What do you guys think about... Yeah, I'm gonna definitely lose this. What do you guys think about 3PO? Do you guys think that you're using him to your best abilities? Or are you guys just sticking with him in the Rebel team and maybe some Resistance, some Galactic Republic? I think right now, if you were worried about not having a Ki-Adi-Mundi, then don't be, because guess what? 3PO is so great with that whole team. He makes it a lot more tough in arena climbs and stuff I've been dealing with in the last little bit with this game. He's just so strong. So I recommend having him in some way, shape, or form in your roster being used. Don't let him be on some not like garbage team, but just like with a guy like 3PO, you want to make sure you get the most uses out of him, right? So yeah, I'm going to lose this one for sure. I'm going to just hop off right here, guys. If you guys have any other ideas for videos you would like me to go and cover, let me know down below in the comments, guys. But that's about it. I was going to do some videos with talks about Lord Vader, but it seems like everybody else has already gone on to that. So I might wait and see for videos. If you guys have any of them that you would like me to go and cover, just let me know, like I said. But yeah, that's about it for today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, give it a like, share it around, and sub. As I am finishing this, I think I'm going to lose. There's no way I win. I'm going to end it here. There's no way I win. See you guys later. Bye.